Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get ahead of the curve.
Sitting with traitors.
I'm sorry. After seeing Quinn's DMs get leaked, that's my fucking quarterback. Horns by a million.
And then saying,
take it off.
So then you end up getting where you wanted to go in the first place.
That's a QB1.
That's ball right there.
I'll send him my gooch.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
He didn't even have to ask.
Quinn, this is what...
Welcome to the pit experience.
The pit experience.
Welcome back into the coin toss. We've officially reached the conference championship episode. I didn't think 4 of these teams would even be on the sheet or in the game.
Yeah, that's very fair to say.
But here we are. We've got some games we're going to talk about. Lauren, big win for Texas over A&M. Just wanted to give you the floor before we throw it to Rav.
Exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. But I will say I gave A&M a little too much credit. I thought after not playing for a billion years, that they would be, I don't know, like on their best behavior, I guess, really come out and play, and they didn't. They could not move the ball. It feels good, dude.
It's just a shame A&M, they had to play a professional, a future professional.
Yeah.
When Quinn's in the XFL.
But what I will say, I've been wanting to go to Kyle Field for years.
I went right over your head. We'll just move.
I'm ignoring
You went to
I'm
Kyle
ignoring
Field? You went
I'm
to Kyle
ignoring
Field?
it. Yeah, I went to Kyle Field. Been wanting to go to Kyle Field, but I will say that is one of the weirdest game day experiences I've ever had.
Really?
Like, I thought the whole chanting thing would be cool. No,
Wow.
it is weird, dude. It is weird.
Yeah,
So,
it's more like a cult.
it's very culty. It's just like, I don't know. They get in this weird stance, when they do their chants too. It's interesting.
I didn't like that.
I don't get the appeal.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I saw you do it, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, dude,
I
it's
didn't
weird.
like that, and I don't know if I'd want to watch grown adults do that.
Watch your mouth about Quinn, though. Watch your mouth.
I mean,
Watch your mouth.
what is it, the Argonauts? What's the Dallas
Nice.
team?
Battlehawks. Oh.
XFL.
Dude, that's the
Arlington
CFL.
Renegades.
Yeah, you can watch him on the Renegades.
Dude.
He's going to make a great
Watch
that
your
powder
mouth.
blue over in Arlington.
He's playing on one leg right
the
now, by the way.
Renegades. When is he
One
not?
leg.
You know
That's
what? I would
fair. No,
actually
that's
love to
also-
have this conversation. When has there ever been a game where it's not, well, he's got an injury?
That's fair. He's made of glass. I will say that.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Rav, you told me something before he stepped on, and I just wanted it announced. But I don't want the second part announced.
Right. I would like to announce that Mikey has officially reached 100 wins this season.
We're not even at the college football playoff. That's 100 wins in 12 weeks. You understand the clip you have to be betting at to get 100 wins in 12 weeks?
14 weeks, but close.
14
yeah,
weeks.
Same thing.
But
No. Nope.
No?
No.
All right.
No.
I won't mention the second part.
No. The second part is losses. I don't want it. But it's more ROI. 100.
no, but you got to give that to him for sure.
Yeah, I don't track ROI. Next year, I will.
Yeah,
we will
we
be tracking
gotta do
ROI.
that.
Got to track our.
It was 120 losses.
Got to do that.
But to have bet 220 games
That's
and
impressive,
only have
dude.
lost 20 more than you won, I mean, that's not too bad.
No, it's
You're
impressive.
literally the LaMelo Ball coin toss. We know you should.
Some of those, though, are squeaked like a defensive touchdown. That was like plus 800.
Oh,
like,
100%.
A couple of those are some ROI.
Mikey, you were 6-11.
Dude, fuck me.
Mr. Whale, I want you to know that you had Duke -4 locked and loaded. And you decided to go with the Cincy team total over.
Yeah, that was
And I brought that up, that you flipped the week before. Didn't work out, and you did it
much
again.
I have my whale written down, and I'm not taking it.
Good.
Let's go.
It's a touchdown.
ROI.
Need to get back in the saddle.
Speaking of ROI.
Not ROI.
Oh, not.
You might be almost 200.
Oh,
Minus.
gosh.
Okay.
LC 6-4. You hit your whale, Texas.
Let's go.
Come on now.
Positive.
Come on now.
I went 11-7.
Wow.
Pretty solid. Oregon
congrats.
-18.5.
That's
was
big
a dunk.
time.
That was Ma.
I
That
love
was.
I think
I'm not gonna lie. That was your best pitch and best pick in.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
like out of all the whales where you've like actually just stood on business, come in confident and laid it down, that was some of your best.
I put that
Thank you,
in
guys.
everything I made.
Thank you, guys.
That's just a great pick out of you.
Javon, this was probably your worst week.
Yeah, easily.
2-9.
Easily worst week.
I've been there.
I'm glad I can say it
Been there
now
too.
though, because I didn't
We've all
want
been
to.
there.
It
Didn't want to
happens.
say whale streak during the whale streak, but that was my first loss since week 2.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of impressive.
11-2 on Wales for Javon now. I'm at 10-4. LC 9-5. Mike 6-8.
I knew that one did it to me, dude. You know, the two that you can't waffle, and I'm waffling.
It's all right. You were
waffling.
hot, and then
you went like 6 in a row, and then
shaky.
Red hot.
you stopped standing on like your
I
initial
know.
play.
I know.
That's what happened.
I don't know why I'm flip-flopping. I'm waffling.
Yeah.
Well, you've got one now,
I've got one right now.
and I'm sure it's hitting. In fact, I'm going to put it in everything I have on Saturday.
Well,
Aw.
I don't know if you want to do that. But I'm down if you're down.
As a show, we are 36-19 overall on Wells.
That's beautiful.
I don't know if there's a show that does it better.
There isn't.
There's not.
We don't
Shot.
charge a single cent for you to get our winners.
Not 1 cent.
I don't think there's been a week where we were under 2-2 on Wales.
I also don't even think we've come through on the second giveaway, but who cares? I'm not counting. Are you guys counting? I'm not.
No, dude.
Fuck that.
No.
Giveaway canceled, actually. I'm taking the giveaway away. Unless I hit my whale, the giveaway's canceled. Giveaway's canceled till further notice. Don't think I didn't forget. I knew we did the giveaway. We didn't do it.
I also want to mention, how many undercards do we have left? Because I know I have one. Do you guys have one?
I'm out.
I used mine.
Yeah, I used mine.
Oh, so it's just me.
Yeah, it's just.
By the way, it hit for you. That
shout
was
out.
whatever.
Brad probably
I think I'm going to give you one today that you're going to think is disgusting, but I kind of like.
Oh, so you're going to try to help?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. We start in the Mountain West, correct?
Yes.
Where UNLV and Boise State are facing off. The Heisman, I guess, second favorite now, Genty, who everyone is absolutely ecstatic about, is a -3.5 favorite. The over is 50.5. Lauren, if Boise State loses this game, we will not only be missing out on a Heisman Genty in the college football playoff, but missing out on a team that I think since week 3 everyone has just assumed is going to be in the playoff. But now they have to play a UNLV team that they're the real deal.
The real deal, dude.
What do you do?
I mean, it's kind of tough because Boise State was my G5 team to make the playoffs,
Ooh,
but
I don't know where this is going.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think UNLV is overall the better team, and I think they squeak this one. So I'll be taking UNLV. Wow. Yeah.
+3.5.
+3.5.
Wow. You're making me rethink what I want to do.
Which I don't want to root for that at the same time because I want to see Genty in the playoffs like anyone else, but I do think this UNLV team is a little bit better.
Damn, you're making me rethink. What do you do?
Yeah, Rob, what are you thinking?
There's 2 games on this slate that we're talking about that I don't know his side yet, and this is one of them. I at first thought about UNLV, but the fact they're going into Boise, it's cold as hell there right now. I don't know.
That is true.
And Genty is banged up. He's like playing, but he's hurt. Like the last 5-6 weeks, he's not as explosive as he's been. I don't know what to do, but I know that I like a total, and I'm going to take the under.
Wow.
58.5, and this is where I give you your undercard.
Wow. Okay.
You're starting off with it.
I mean,
So-
I have no option, but I don't hate it.
So, UNLV, all about running. They can throw the ball too. They're going into a frozen tundra, and Boise State runs the ball. Madsen's great, but he's not the best. I think this is going to be a very run-heavy game for both teams. I think there's going to be some trouble with the cold, and I don't see how this gets to 59 or 60 points.
I like it.
You know what? I'm going to take that under with you.
Wow.
With all.
Turning 2.
Yeah. Turning 2.
Turning 2.
Sir?
I'm going to go UNLV. And frankly, I would not be that sad that we'd get to miss out on Genty because, frankly, I think Malik Williams in that offense with Ricky White is equally as exciting. But, frankly, the cold scares me a little bit, especially since they're going into Boise. But the thing is, in that game where Boise won at UNLV, they did a damn good job at bottling up Genty for a while. They kind of opened it up in the pass game towards the end, and they shouldn't have won that game, frankly. But now if they do that again, I'm not so sure Maddox Madsen can get job done. I've been kind of low on him all season. He's a good game manager, but over the second half of the year, he hasn't been too impressive. So give me Malik Williams. That's the real Cinderella story of it all. Him coming through after
That's true.
the whole situation with the other quarterback, and now he's taking hold of this team, and we might see him in the playoff. I think we do.
Season low, 3.9 yards per carry against UNLV. Genty.
Damn.
We also do know playoff hopes, they tend to go to die. Some of these little Friday conference championship games. They always get weird somehow, some way. I think Oregon-Washington was last year. Granted, that was both kind of head-to-head, but what everybody expected to happen and the bounce-back rematch win didn't happen. Might get one here.
Boise -3.5. Just sit in the cold. I just want to see him in the playoff. Don't tail this. I just want to see him.
Dude, as long as UNLV doesn't play like the Dolphins in the cold, I think it's UNLV.
It could be Dolphins and cold. Las Vegas is always warm this time of year, dude. Now they're going into the chilly cold. Gets a running back that'll run you over even though he's banged up and hurt. Boys, you -3.5 in the under.
I respect that.
And the under sounds crazy coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, that didn't feel weird.
And
I mean,
the
that
under.
didn't feel right. That didn't feel right coming out of my mouth. Something that I want to come out of my mouth. Iowa State is playing Arizona State. Rav, holy shit, your school's in a big game. I never thought I would
Let's
see
go,
the day.
Rav. I'm so
Unbelievable.
happy for him.
Forks the fuck up, baby.
And they're favorites.
And their favorites.
How about it? What does Iowa do really well? Like their state. As a state, what are they known for? Is it corn? No, that's Nebraska.
Like farming.
But what do they farm? Is there like a certain crop?
I think they're also corn, right?
I
Are
feel
they
like
corn?
I think so.
Quick Google search has told me corn.
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 There's a lot of middle of the country states that are just all flat corn, whatever.
Then you got Idaho sneaking in with the potatoes.
Things that aren't flat. Arizona State. I'm kidding, guys. Relax.
We will be at the game, me and Mikey, and he's gonna be horny.
No.
You're gonna be on the prowl. You're gonna be on the prowl.
Everybody stop. This has to stop. Sluts are playing the farmer. Arizona State's -2.5.
Beautiful.
The over's 15.5. Lauren, what are you doing? Rav's team is in the playoff.
I mean,
Oh shit.
Oh!
That just killed it.
Wow, they're dead. They're dead. They are dead.
Wow, they're dead as
that
mud.
was crazy.
Was that a bit?
No, that was not a bit.
That felt like a bit.
I have money line underlined, so I'm already on Arizona State.
Oh, fuck.
Boots on
Listen,
ground.
I didn't like how that started off, but of course I'm riding with Rav.
Let's
Give me
go.
the bells, Come
Got
on.
to, dude, you gotta.
Like, what am I gonna not
The scat pack?
get the scat pack, dude?
The scat pack.
Come
Scat
on.
pack.
I've got to back him.
Listen, the scat pack's gonna be in full force against that horrible Iowa State run defense.
Good matchup for him.
Yes, I know Javon kind of touched on it last week with Kansas State. Kansas State didn't win, but I think this is a much better rushing offense, much better running back. And he's going to get the load more with Jordan Tyson out. They're still going to be able to pass. They have good weapons behind Tyson. You got Xavier Guillory. Stovall's a jump ball guy. Mateer's a solid tight end. I think that they can get it done. I really do. I think that Scavo can power their offense like he's done all year. The only games that they've lost, he has not been a focal point of the offense. And since the loss to Cincinnati, where they didn't have Levitt, they've been pounding the rock and they've been winning.
Did you see his locker room speech?
I did.
Electric. Did you see it?
I did not.
He was just like, we need to go out there and fucking kill him.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then they murdered Arizona. It was one of the more electric things I've seen.
They were
was just, like,
pissed.
screaming, and they murdered him in GTA.
And potentials of the gold unis, right?
I hope so with the white helmet.
That would be...
Oh my god.
Dude, that's auto.
They haven't worn those since
Be the
week 2.
difference.
all time.
You've got to bring those back
The
out.
creamsicles? I would wail if it was a creamsicles. I'd come if it was creamsicles.
Yeah, well, Iowa State's the same colors as them, so they got to do something.
Yeah, what do you do?
The yellows.
The yellow, yeah.
Yeah,
With
you
the
gotta
with
go
the
yellow.
white Sparky.
Oh.
That would just...
White Sparky.
That would feed generations.
White Sparky's crazy. That's wild.
All right, Javon.
Here it comes.
On the Sun Devils, huh? You know, I want to ride with Rav.
Oh, no.
I want to do it. I want Arizona State to
I know
win.
those points are looking at you funny, though.
You know what they are, because every time I want Iowa State to lose, whether it's a conference championship or whether it's just because, like, I think we can all agree we want to see ASU in the playoff instead of Iowa State.
Yes, way
Iowa
better
State's
than
boring.
Iowa
100%.
Way better than Iowa State.
So let's see if Trent thinks the same thing. Let's go ahead and make that boss call.
Yeah.
Give me the Sun Devils, Rav.
Hell yeah.
I just want you to know I already asked Trent about all the playoff
He's
games.
gonna-
He
yeah.
took every favorite.
You did.
So. This is devious work. We're getting flipped. We have a coin toss question for you if you have a second. Arizona State is playing in Dallas this weekend. They're -2.5 to Iowa State. What side would you pick if you were betting right now? Obviously things can change, but if you're betting right now.
Trent, just think about Rav, okay? Just think about him.
Fuck, Rav.
Thinking about him. thought about it. It's Arizona State.
Rocco backed.
Dude, I always forget that's a possibility. I'm always like, yeah, we're all on the same side. Oh, no. Phone call.
I didn't forget.
White,
I didn't forget.
white Ferrari. Such a good time.
I can see it in your eyes.
Cups of the rose. It's all right. This is good. This is good because we all want ASU to win. So if they don't, we'll get wins on our records, and I will be in so much piss.
Yeah, that would be Moose.
Yeah,
I
that
would say
would-
plus
that's-
2.5. Here we go, Cyclones.
I want to add though the
Fair enough.
over.
Oh.
There's been like points where they've been good, they've been bad, both of them, especially ASU. I think this is going to be high scoring. Rockebeck is a good quarterback, and Scatterbo's going to expose their run defense. So I don't see how there's going to be less than 50 points.
I just thought of something, though. Technically, I know I crossed the line a couple of times. Technically, since he got flipped, he can't take Arizona State
No.
at all.
No.
At all.
You just
At
you gotta
all.
fan this one out. You're just a fan for the
Fan
love
out.
of the game.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
No. I'm putting ASU ML in the get nice.
Well, you'd have to whale them then.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
only
you'd
way.
have to
To now cancel out.
No.
100%.
No, I have to math. Hold on. Yeah.
I
you
love my
cancel
whale.
out the inability to post because you got flipped on show. You'd have to whale Arizona State.
Would have to.
I love my whale though.
You'd
I love my current whale.
Like you'd have to whale Arizona State if you want to put them in the guys.
Dude, it's okay just to be a fan. All right?
All right, I'll whale ASU.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll whale it. Fuck
big
Trent.
time.
Yeah. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. That got me fired up. But I would say plus 2.5 is unfortunately the play. Also, it's going to be really shitty weather, but they're in a dome.
They're in a dome. Yeah.
Wait, it's gonna be shitty weather.
It's supposed to rain in the morning.
Yeah, you're chilling. You're chilling.
So we're going to be at Texas Live wet.
Dude, by the way, AT&T. Dude, what? You know who else? I'm
Wet.
kidding.
Okay.
Whoa! Sorry.
Who are you gonna say?
I don't know.
I
But
know
what I was
exactly.
gonna say, AT&T for college games, 10 times better
Yeah,
than
way
for
better.
Cowboys games.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys fan base is fucking botted, so.
Such a cool experience. So you'll like that, Rev.
All right,
It's
let's
gonna
go.
be fun.
Excited.
It's going to be fun. Speaking of excited, Lauren, Texas Longhorns are in the SEC Championship against the Georgia Bulldogs. We have a rematch. Georgia's plus 2.5. The over-under is 49.5. What's the dossier?
Pass.
Wow. I'm going to take the over. I know Texas defense has been staunch this year, but for whatever reason, we're in Atlanta. We've been in Atlanta when Georgia's playing a big game, and it is all Georgia fans. Now, if there's a fan base that I think that can compete with that, it's Texas Longhorns. So I'm just going to take the over here because I think we're going to get points. Carson Beck plays with his eyes closed. You know the Cabinet twins are going to be in attendance, so you might as well dock Carson Beck 100 pass yards. And I think Texas's offense could possibly put it on him. So I'm just going to take the over.
I'm just gonna say I do think a new Carson Beck Snapchat leaked.
I saw
It
it, and
did.
it
Saw
is one of the worst ones I've seen yet.
100%. So
You would think he'd learn.
You'd think you'd have game, but then you'd realize they really only focus on football, so they don't have game.
he said, "Let me show you this package."
And see if
That calendar opens up.
Dude, like, what do we still
and
use?
see if that
Package?
calendar opens
Big
up.
2-4.
You want to bet on that guy? Be my guess. All right, Rav, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's Texas. Elsie knows this. I sent her a schedule of Texas' schedule.
Yeah, in August, by the
oh,
way.
in August.
Giving you all the flowers.
I
for
knew
this one.
Elsie like 2 weeks in, maybe.
Yeah.
And I was like, Elsie, this is what's happening with Texas this year. You're losing to Georgia. You're winning the rest of the way. You're beating A&M, and then you're beating Georgia in Atlanta
He said that.
Wow.
In August.
in August. And I'm going to stick with that. I love the spot where they lost a game that it should have been much closer. It gifted them a lot of just easy possessions.
Complimentary football.
I think that Texas has been playing better. Their defense is great. Beck is going to struggle against that pass rush. Their both running games haven't been too hot, but Georgia's especially has not been good. I think this is just a Texas win. You can take the ML, and I think you can feel safe about it.
I also saw Alabama went from plus 200 to minus 180 to make the playoffs, so that tells me someone on here is losing. That's not supposed to lose.
That was just because
I know who it
somebody very important bet it. Them to make the playoff. was one of those VIP sharps.
Wow. Wasn't me. I know
Alright,
you
Javon,
guys
this
thought
is-
it was
no,
going to
hold
be
on,
me.
hold on.
It wasn't me.
Javon, this is your time, dude. If there was ever a time, you know this is the time.
You know, I really want to do it because as much as I don't like Texas, I like Georgia a whole lot less.
Do it.
But it goes against my system.
What system is this?
Reinventing system.
The conference championship, there are always the two most public plays of the week come in pods. I do my best to either bet against or not bet on all of them by a significant margin. It's Texas and Oregon. And I can't do it, especially after the way that it went last year. Georgia was left out of the playoff because they lost in the conference championship game. And Kirby was bitching then. He's bitching now. They'll still be in with a loss, I think, just because their name is Georgia. It shouldn't be that way, but
I do think they're in.
if you're,
Regardless.
yeah, like I said, if their name wasn't Georgia, it wouldn't be the case. But their name's Georgia. But I don't think if you're Kirby Smart, you ain't leaving that chance up to the committee. Georgia, very unfortunately, will be taking this
So
one.
you're saying if Georgia loses, Alabama would be over them?
No.
I think either if you or SMU loses, they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I was
Alabama,
thinking SMU.
Alabama needs SMU, which, again, that shouldn't be the case. SMU should be in regardless, but that's a different conversation. But, like, Georgia, they were saying it. I don't know how many times they said it on the broadcast during the
so
Georgia Tech game that they were in regardless or in with a win against Georgia Tech. Dude, that was ridiculous.
So many.
But, yeah, they're in regardless.
Do you like the over?
I do like the over.
Okay, word.
I do.
I just didn't want to take something you didn't like in this game. Listen, I want to take Texas. But my record the past couple weeks, I don't even know if you want me on. Maybe I take Georgia, and then you get it. Georgia plus 2.5. There you go.
Well, I was just
Every
gonna
time I
say,
faded Texas, it doesn't work.
That's not true. I don't think that's true at all. But
No, we couldn't-
I would really like for you to ride Texas. But
All right,
if
Texas
you-
money line.
Okay.
Texas money line.
I appreciate
Flip.
it.
We couldn't
Flip.
boss call this one, too?
Flip me. Texas.
No,
Wow, I did not mean to do that.
no.
Oh, dude, I'm safe.
I'm staying on Georgia plus 2.5. Then
I'm safe, and y'all will
I'm
find
not
out
doing
why.
this. I'm not playing this game with Trent. Georgia plus 2.5 because I know it'd be funny if we didn't know. I literally asked him this morning. We went game by game. He didn't know the spreads. Picked every favorite.
All right, no boss calling back. I'm back in the
Georgia
dogs.
plus 2.5.
Back in the dogs.
Georgia plus 2.5.
God, this is chaos.
This is chaos.
Which I remember.
Conference championships.
Road Quinn. All right. And
I don't want to take Georgia. Again,
we're
this
wearing
is-
know what?
white
I'm
unis.
doing this for you.
That's only really gone bad once in the Sugar Bowl last year. But
Yeah. You know what's sneakily not talked about? Because I have seen a lot of talk about how awful Quinn was in the Georgia game for most of it, even though he did get some of his stats in garbage time when they were down 1 million. Carson Beck was fucking worse.
horrendous. Thank
Like,
you.
so much worse.
That just
So,
gets breezed by, I feel like. Like, he had, what, 3 turnovers?
yeah, I think he threw 3 picks, yeah. He was awful.
And people forget, Georgia didn't have a scoring drive more than 34 yards. We just kept gifting them with field position. So that's a whole thing.
How does that
but
field
whatever.
position happen?
We couldn't move the ball. But that's not going to be a problem.
Penn State and Oregon, the Big Ten championship. It is funny how in every single one of these conference championships, there is a team that wasn't even a part of the conference last year that is in the championship. Arizona State, Texas, Oregon, and SMU. All were not a part of the current conference out there and are in the conference championships.
You saw that Joey McGuire TikTok I reposted.
Yes. I was like, why the fuck is this on my feed? I don't give a fuck what the Texas Tech head coach said. And I looked down and says, repost by Red. Almost unfollowed. I almost unfollowed it. Penn State is plus 3.5 against Oregon. The over-under is 49.5. Takes place Saturday, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what my brain is thinking?
Yeah, please.
I've completely talked myself into this.
Okay.
I don't think this is a big game for Penn State. So I'm going to take Penn State plus 3.5. I don't think this is a big game, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Penn State has 2 big games every single year. Every single year they have 2 big games. It's Ohio State and it's Michigan. Whichever one they play that year, or if they play both, they will lose that game 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think Oregon has earned the right to be a big game yet. They're a great team. They got good guys.
So number 1 in the nation, not a big game.
But they haven't been around long enough in the Big Ten to be considered a big game for Penn State.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the team that's been in the Big Ten forever, that only is scared of 2 teams, that I think could make a little noise. I'm going to take Penn State plus 3.5. I also did place a future on both these teams to win the Natty. Do you want to hear that, sell job?
Yeah, please.
Penn State loses. Oh, my God, revved up, fired up. We go into the playoff with a loss against Oregon. Let's go get the Natty. Oregon loses. holy shit, house is on fire. We lost to Penn State. Let's go win the Natty. Both are covered. You could make that argument for every game on here, but both are covered.
Fair enough.
Penn State plus 3.5, not a big game.
Okay. Well, for my play, this goes against everything I've preached all year because I don't know if you remembered. I said if I wasn't picking Texas to win the Natty, I'd be picking Oregon. But then I looked at the bracket. Right now, Texas is looking like the 2 seed if they do beat Georgia.
Yep.
And I hate that road.
Okay.
That is a horrendous road. So I will be taking Penn State to beat Oregon because hopefully, if that happens, we get the 1 seed, and then that's a lot easier road to the championship.
And it's not a big game.
It's not a big game. Yeah, James Franklin wins these, dude.
No, he wins these games. This is why you hire James Franklin. He wins these games.
But it is weird because I've been saying how Penn State is a fraud all year. Oregon is, I'm super high on them all year, and then here I am.
And I just want to point out something that is hysterical that my buddy pointed out.
What?
If you asked Chelly about this Penn State team, you'd think they have no wins. They're in the fucking Big Ten championship.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd think they'd have no wins.
I don't know how much he really watches.
You'd think they'd have no wins.
Yeah.
0 wins.
Yeah.
They're in the Big 12 championship at 3-point underdog to Oregon. Number 1 team in the country.
Well, once they lost to Ohio State, I think he checked out.
Fair enough, but this is not Ohio State. There's an
It's
O.
not.
It's not Ohio State.
But dude, like, I mean, there is a part of me that really thinks they could just play bully ball against Oregon, slow them down.
100%. I think it's defense and the 2 running back system, and they just pound the rock against Oregon.
100%. Raph, what was a notebook saying?
I'm going to give you guys the bit that I was going to do for my whale.
Was this supposed to be your whale?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, there are 2 free bets the next 3 weeks that are going to guarantee that you make money. And it's fading Penn State and James Franklin in big games. Because, yes, playing the undefeated number 1 team in the country is a big game.
No.
They lucked their way into this game.
Yep.
They should not be in this game. If it wasn't for Ryan Day's incompetence, they would be sitting at home
Shout out.
waiting to see who they're playing.
He's not wrong.
But now they're playing in this game, and Oregon is going to fuck them.
Okay.
Fuck them.
Dude,
And then they're going to get
big game guy.
they're going to
He's
get
such a
fucked
big
2 weeks from now because it's another big game.
But he's a big game guy, but not a big game.
Oh, not a big game.
Franklin, 1-13 versus top 5 opponents.
Okay, but those have all been Ohio State or Michigan. Because he doesn't
Franklin versus
schedule
Ohio
big teams
State and
outside
Michigan,
of
4-17.
Okay, that's fine. Again, almost supporting my point.
Undefeated teams in conference championship games, 37-17 straight
Be
up.
honest, is this
Holy ballsack. Did you
That's
just
actually
hear
crazy. One more time?
Conference championships, or undefeated teams in conference championship games, 37-17 straight up.
Holy fuck.
Since 92.
Can I guess the get nice? Because I already know it. Arizona State, Oregon, Clemson, Texas.
I'm not decided about Clemson SMU yet.
Nah.
And I think I'm going to add UNLV Boise State in there as well.
Oh.
I was going to ask you if this was a spy bet just because Ohio State's not in here.
No.
It's not?
No.
Such
I
a
wish.
spite bet.
I wish.
Don't do that.
It's not.
Such a spite.
I don't like
like
Penn
it.
State. That's a spite.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but it's not about Ohio State.
I think you know what it is. I think he's still pissed off about the big game narrative when Penn State didn't lose. I think that's
Oh,
still
yeah.
harboring in
What do you
there because
mean?
you wanted that one.
Oh,
so
USC?
bad. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
wanted that one a little too much.
Dude.
You did want that one.
You wanted
Okay,
that.
they
one.
didn't cover.
I wanted that one too.
Yeah, but you did. Yeah, but you didn't want the cover, and you know you didn't want the cover. You wanted the win.
I'm taking Oregon.
Okay.
All right.
Wait. So what's Penn State's record against Pac-12
Against the Pac-12.
this year? They played USC. Did they play Washington?
Yeah, they won.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
We building something over there?
Hmm.
Another
Crafting
game.
something.
And they played UCLA, too.
What happened in that game?
They won.
Oh.
Hmm. So the only team left in the Pac-12 that they haven't played yet is.
Undefeated number 1 in the country.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
Who
Javon?
beat the team that beat them at home.
Interesting.
All right.
Well, I will say it was a cute stat that undefeated teams do well in the championship games. You know why? Because there's a conference, and it happens to be this one, that helps the numbers out quite a bit. some of the teams that have been on the opposite side of, the Ohio State, Michigan side of the bracket, even like the Penn State side of the bracket, Iowa, Purdue, Northwestern, Wisconsin, and a lot more Iowas. So they have been shit teams that have been going in there and getting punked. This is really the first time. I know we've had the best team that's played in like the past 10 years has been Wisconsin in the other side of the Big Ten championship, and Northwestern is also up there, shockingly, from 4 years ago. Yeah, they forget. This is the first time it's been like a real competitive game.
No.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah. It was like the
I don't remember that at all.
division or whatever.
22-10 Northwestern when they were ranked number 14 in the country in COVID year.
Wow, the COVID year.
Yeah, COVID year. 3,000 people in attendance. But, this is a big game. I won't shy away from that, but it's a big game where they have nothing to lose. It ain't Ohio State or Michigan where the pressure's on. Your season's over if you lose, if you're Penn State. This is all balls to the wall. You're playing the number one team in the country, and the number one team in the country who, I'm not going to say they want to lose that game, but what do they really lose if they lose the game? They're going to be the 5 seed or right up there in the 6 seed, which is a very advantageous spot to be.
Yeah, that's a great place to be.
Yeah. So I think
That
Oregon.
5 seed, that's prime real estate.
You smell that, Rev?
I smell a flip to Penn State for me.
He likes the favorite. So this boss call would do nothing.
Yeah.
But we could do
Maybe
it.
if you told him that we were all in Penn State.
Why would I ever do that? When have we
It's a
ever been
crazy
like,
call.
Hey, Trent, boss call real quick. We're all on this side. What would you do?
Yeah.
I didn't even
Flip it.
give
Or
the
you
play
could stand
yet.
on your biz,
You didn't
man.
even get
Okay,
that.
all right.
I didn't even give the play yet. So I mean, if
Sorry.
you
That was
Yeah, we
gonna be
interrupted.
his
We
whale.
interrupted.
That was gonna be
You were
his
about
whale.
to boss call
Whale.
flip on your whale.
It's not my whale anymore.
Yeah, well, he was.
It
You made
was?
us go through the motions. You're like, can I do my
You
whale
made me
thing?
whale
You do the
ASU.
thing.
You had a
I
whole
didn't-
bit ready for it.
Hold on.
I did.
Hold on. We didn't. He just said I made him. Whale ASU. I didn't make him.
You didn't.
There were just stipulations to avoid not being able to root for ASU moneyline on the feed. You made the choice, man.
I'm sticking with Oregon.
What's the play, man?
You're sticking with Oregon? All right. Then I'll stick with Penn State. And I'll also stick with Tyler Warren, anytime touchdown.
Wow.
Wow.
K-Tron
Hell
Allen.
yeah.
Anytime touchdown. K-Tron Allen. You want to get in on this? Dylan Gabriel rushing touchdown. Oh, I can see it. It's the only points they score. They're in the red zone. Everything's
Hey,
stalling.
you do snipe those.
He wheels
Only
out.
points they score.
Yeah, 7. It's going to be A&M Texas 7-17. Penn State defense.
That total is a little high.
It's literally the exact same total as Georgia Texas.
I would think a Big Ten championship game would be lower.
I think it's the opposite. I think the Georgia total should probably be not where it is. But I'm with you, though. It is odd. I think those two are in the same exact spot.
I'm going to go...
Don't do Tez. He's not scoring.
He's still hurt, dude.
what's the... James, his first name? The running
Jordan.
back?
Oh, yeah.
Jordan James touchdown.
I like that, too.
That might be like juice, though, and I have no idea.
Oh, it is, Rev. Let me tell you right quick because I'm on that page. That's a crisp minus 220.
All right, 2+.
Oh, 2+. That's a rat shit wager. And it's recorded. Wow.
Okay.
2+ touchdown.
All right.
All right, should we move to our last game?
Let's move.
Before we get to our whales, Lauren, Clemson is playing SMU in a game where the tickets are $40. Clemson is plus 2.5. SMU's been the darling this year in college football. It seems like everyone's trying to write them off week over week over week over week, and they just keep hanging around. What do you do?
Look, I love this SMU team. I really do. But Clemson belt ass this weekend.
B to A?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I actually didn't expect that.
But I will say, I did see a locker room video of SMU's coach. Was it Leelash?
Rhett Lashley.
Lashley. Awesome coach.
Great guy.
And really fired me up. But, yeah, I would love to back SMU. I just think Clemson is the better team. Coming off that heartbreaker to South Carolina, too. Oof.
I think I'm going to take SMU. I think their locker room is on fire right now.
It is.
I think this offense is one of the best offenses in the country. The only thing that worries me is that total is at 56.5. This is going to be a shootout, but I think SMU wins shootouts.
Yeah.
Is what they've proven. I'm going to take their money line, and I'm also going to take their team total. SMU, Mustangs.
I like that.
Pony
Team
up,
total.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Pony up?
Pony up.
But it's like a little bend.
Little bend, and I'm not going to do it because
Yeah.
fuck that school, but they
Can't.
like throw it in a circle. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know that
Am
one.
I fucking the guy from the Avengers?
Yeah, Tony up.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Little lasso.
Yeah, it's a lasso.
I went Doctor Strange. They went lasso. They went lasso. I went Doctor Strange. I'm taking the SMU money. I'm taking the team total.
All right.
My whale is in this game too.
Wow.
Oh, I know it.
What, dude?
You want me to spoil your
No,
whale?
don't spoil it.
No.
You guys already know mine.
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. It's a goblin on Prize Picks.
Oh, wait. That's right. It's a touchdown
Yeah.
score. Okay, I don't know it.
There's only one goblin in that game on the SMU side.
There's only one goblin in that game. Rav?
I love this over. I really do. I know it looks pretty obvious, but I don't care. Clemson didn't score a lot last week. Now they get a really underratedly bad SMU secondary, Klubnik. And I think this game comes down to Klubnik, honestly. If he can throw well against a bad secondary, keep the offense rolling, they can win. And I think that's going to happen. I think SMU is going to be able to run like they usually do. And this game goes over. I don't know about a side yet, but I definitely will by Saturday.
Oh.
Ooh.
So you're saying you just don't know if you trust Klubnik, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Check the socials.
Check the socials.
Check the
Check the
socials.
socials.
You guys will see the Get Nice graphic.
Time to get nicey.
Shut up.
Sorry.
That's unbelievable. You know what this reminds me of? Because I didn't have a great week last week, but the one that I couldn't really get off of was betting Notre Dame because they're the team that everybody wanted to lose last week because they're the team that everybody thought was frauds. And they were in a pretty obvious, it seemed like, spot for a loss or spot for an upset on the road at USC when you're getting USC 7.5 touchdown plus the hook. I think that team that everybody wants to lose this week is SMU, and that's for a couple of different reasons. Because that's the team where all the schedule, talk is coming around. Because if they do lose, people are saying they're out, even though that shouldn't be the case, and that opens the door for maybe a Georgia if they were to lose to Texas, maybe an Alabama, maybe a South Carolina. It's probably them over Miami if it comes down to them, but it probably won't. So I think it's SMU. Again, not a fan of that school. We are kind of rivals, but I think they put up a lot on this Clemson defense. Not a hot take. Clemson's defense is good, but SMU's offense has just been that good this season. So I will not be betting against the Mustangs. I'll be taking them.
I think Miami's been getting more steam to make it now than South Carolina. Like the line's moving their way.
Somebody probably bet it, just like Bama.
Probably.
Yeah,
Saddens me.
they should though.
It does.
South Carolina
I
should be
agree.
in, dude.
I agree.
They're
They
so
definitely
good.
should.
I don't know. You just gotta
They'll be good next year.
at some
South
point.
Carolina should make it before Alabama does. I'll say it.
Nah, you can't do that. It sets a terrible precedent.
Bama beat South Carolina.
Yeah.
I know, but the South Carolina team is special, dude. They are
They'll be
good.
special next year too.
At some point, you just gotta win the games on the field.
Yeah.
3 losses, man. I hate Miami because they're obnoxious, but they won more games.
Underrated that my heart got ripped twice last week with my ACC champion and my national champion.
That did fly under radar.
Yeah.
Also, the Michigan State win total literally won by the hook.
That's
The good
insane.
hook.
They got their
Good.
dick smoked.
By Rutgers. Talk about
5
a
wins.
free minus 175.
That's free minus 175. Literally the free is minus 175. Welcome to Whales of the Weekend, the most profitable segment of any show on the entire internet in its entire history. The U.S. government is literally tailing to pay off our national debt. Whale of the Weekend. Brashard Smith touchdown for SMU. Has scored in the last 5. It's a goblin on Prize Picks, and I just want to see one through the hoop. High scoring game, highest total on the board other than UNLV. Brashard Smith rushing touchdown or just touchdown.
Mr. Overs, can I inform you?
Oh.
Is he injured?
No, he's not injured, but we were just kind of shitting on Rav for minus 225. You know what that one is?
300.
Yeah.
Minus 300 Brashard Smith touchdown. We don't track ROI.
I'm changing my
We don't
James-
track ROI.
I'm changing my James touchdown to just
We don't
one.
track ROI. No one's going to know. Whale of the Weekend. Brashard Smith touchdown. If you got Prize Picks, it's a goblin. Go ahead. Fire it up.
If I
That
could
is
do just
insane
a
work.
prize pick square for my whale.
You could do a minus 300.
I think there needs to be a punishment if this doesn't hit.
Yeah.
What
There might be another undercard that has to
A
come out.
goblin's
What
actually crazy.
the
for that,
fuck
dude.
are we doing?
Like,
Now we're
a
moving
goblin's
my
pretty
goalpost.
crazy. That's pretty crazy. I didn't.
K-Tron Allen, touchdown, Demon. Fine. Penn State, K-Tron Allen, touchdown, Demon.
No.
No. You can't
we're
be
not
doing
doing
that.
that switching thing.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just gonna let you know it's crazy to pick a goblin as your well, but stick with it. Okay.
He's scoring. I know he's scoring.
Yeah.
He's gonna score.
You better
don't
have
wanna
minus
do,
300.
Fine, I'll ladder it. 2+.
There you go.
I got both. I'll take 2. He scores 1, I hit. He scores 2, ROI.
All right. Type of well.
Oh. Fuck. I'm gonna go baby beluga.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, just
That's
a
the one I had a couple weeks ago.
baby.
And it lost.
Okay, I'm gonna go baby orca.
Oh, dude.
It's a little killer.
Baby orca.
It's a little killer.
A little killer.
Dude, you put $300 on, you get 100 back.
For my well, I think we all saw it coming. Come on now. But you're telling me Georgia comes into Texas, claps us, right? Now we're playing in the conference championship, which Kirby has owned over the last few years or whatever. Basically home field advantage for them. I think it's like 45 minutes outside of Athens. And
100%
we're
home
favorites. Give me a break. It was always Texas. That's your well. Blue.
Wow, Jaden Blue touchdown.
Old man blue whale. 120-year-old blue whale.
Jaden Blue touchdown.
I like that. I like
Attitude
Jaden Blue.
play. Yeah, now we're dialed.
120-year-old blue whale.
I love that.
I don't have an ASU helmet,
No, you don't.
but I would love if we can just get one right here with the Sparky.
Wow. You want Sparky on your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scatabo.
Saying, you know.
I told the three of them this before we started. Levitt rush yards on Prize Picks. I guess I'm doing honorable mentions right now, but I don't care. And Scatabo rush
pass yards.
receiving.
Whoa.
Rush
Scatabo
plus
throwing
On the
rock.
rock, dude.
Scatabo pass yards.
Oh,
They might pull out some
really?
cheeser,
Imagine
dude.
throw the rock.
Wild scat. He
Teaser
throws.
ROI on Scatabo pass yards.
Sneakily, like this could be the wild scat like cheeser game.
Dude, yeah, they have a formation. They don't call it the Wildcat anymore. They call it Sparky, where they have Scatabo and then 2 blockers. They could totally just on the goal line
Just lob it. Come down.
That'd be
Scatabo
cute.
passing touchdown.
That'd be cute, dude.
ROI. That will not be available anywhere. But ROI. If it does happen.
All right,
So ASU.
Wow.
ASU.
What type of well?
Killer.
Okay.
A lot of orcas.
So many orcas swimming around.
Yeah, there's a lot of orcas in the room. Mine's a baby, though.
Yeah, you got the baby.
Mine's a baby.
I'll bring out the pilot, switch it up a little bit. I guess I'll be the guy to bring up a game that we haven't talked about because that's where my whale is. Taking Louisiana Lafayette -5.5 against Marshall, which I don't even want to. I'm not going to give the full game recaps, but the way Marshall has won the last 2 weeks in double overtime against JMU and against ODU, crazy games, a lot of turnovers, the most fluky 2 games I think you could have, and the most fluky 2 wins possible. But they've been really good all year, sneakily. Nobody talks about it because Marshall, but they've taken trips to Virginia Tech and trips to Ohio State, and through all of that and their conference schedule, if you have bet against them, against the spread on the road this year, you have lost every single bet.
Wow.
They've covered every single game on the road or push, depending on the number you got for one of them. So now they're going on the road in the conference championship
Holy shit.
after winning 6 straight to close the year. And you got Louisiana Lafayette, who is a damn good team themselves, going from 4.5 to -5.5. They're going to run it down their throats all game. They're going to make Marshall throw the ball. They're going to get destroyed.
Yeah, I like that. I was
I
on
love
JMU.
Wow.
Love that.
Move to the honorable mentions, a part of the show where we spray the board and let you know what else we're taking. Slim slate. So I don't actually have much for you guys, to be totally honest. I'm going to tail Louisiana. I'm going to take a Jaden Blue touchdown. And I'm going to take a K-Tron Allen touchdown.
Give me Tulane
Ooh.
against Army.
I'm in.
Also love Louisiana. Then give me Quinn more than pass yards. And give me Ricky White more than receiving yards. That's
Love
the
that.
2-piece on Prize Picks.
Love that.
Honorable mention. Scatabo receiving and rushing. Scatabo over 2.5 touchdowns.
Holy shit.
Levitt rush yards. Moneyline parlay Tulane and Louisiana.
What are we doing? Last two PC gave out, I'm pretty sure full faded.
Honorable
It went
mention
1 for
parlay.
2. It went 1 for 2.
Right.
And Haj Malik Williams rushing yards.
Wow. Slim slate. We're working with slim pickings.
Yeah.
Here.
Slim George Pickens. I don't really have too many honorables to add. I'm going to join Haj Malik. I guess it's the same game, but Haj Malik rush yards I'm fully in on. Even though he did kind of break a massive run first play of the game, I believe, against them the first time. I'll go right back to it. And then a guy who did not have a single catch last week, and his line has been trickling down the last couple weeks because of it. It's much, much higher this week, and I don't think that's any sort of accident. Ashton Genty, 13.5 receiving yards.
Wow.
After a bagel. Again, that was, I think, the best performance any run defense has had against Genty all year. Yards per carry wise, you said, Drav?
Yep.
Yeah. They're going to have to get him out on some screens. I believe they did that a couple times, 3 for 11 yards in that game in Las Vegas. Do it early and often.
Wow.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Championship weekend. Who would have thought we'd have two people on here, teams in their conference championships? Not me.
I
'Cause
knew,
you only
I knew
have-
I'd be here.
we only have
I
two
didn't know
teams.
I'd be here.
No, I'm shocked.
Yeah, Rab should be shocked.
I'm shocked. It's great though. I mean, they've been doing. No one expected this to happen in year 2. I mean, I think we all thought like
He's
ASU
goated, by the way. That
Yeah.
coach is sick.
he's
So
goated.
goated.
We all thought that
Give
they
him a
would.
blank check.
Yeah, we all thought that they would get there eventually, but year 2 is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
He calls it activating the valley, which is literally exactly what it is.
That's
There
sick.
used to be no fucking injection of life into the ASU sports, and now everyone in the city wants to go.
Activate the valley.
Yeah.
We got our forks and we got our horns.
Mm.
I'm excited. I'm rooting for both of you. What a show, huh?
What a show.
We're about to be in the college football playoff soon. Holy
Best time of the year.
Bojangles.
Exciting times.
I'm guessing no show next week with just Army Navy.
No.
No show next
yeah.
week with just Army Navy.
Week after though.
Week after,
Yes.
activating the valley. Thank you guys for watching every week. I can't believe we're almost at the college football playoff. I can't believe we're almost done.
Crazy.
Thank you guys for all the support. Make sure you share with 20 friends. I know you have 20 friends. Just share it with 20 friends. Or just give it to 20 people.
Yeah, dude. Just send it to the whole contact list.
Send it to your work. Just be like, this is what I watch in my free time.
Yeah.
And then when you get fired,
Get to know me a little bit. This
Yeah.
is what I watch.
yeah, just be like, hey, don't know if I introduced myself to everybody at the company. Thought I'd company blast. Love this show. I feel like that would work.
What he said.
That would work.
It's beautiful.
Love you guys. Thanks for watching every week.